Today we are going to cover section 11.1. So we're going over to chapter 11, which covers statistics. In 11.1, we're going to cover the measures of center and the measures of variation. So take the time to write down your essential question. How can you describe the variable of a data set? And go and paste your cutout and then or copy it down, and then we can start once you're ready. Go and pause it. Excellent. So statistics are numerical values used to summarize and to compare sets of data. We have the measures of center. It measures the center. We have two important types of statistics are the following. The measures of center is going to measure the center, where there's the mean, median, or mode. And you guys have seen this before. And the measures of variation is going to be the range. Now, once you guys go into Algebra 2, then you guys will start to cover standard deviation, the normal curve. But for now, we're going to keep it to the basics. And then as a senior, you're actually going to be taking a full year of statistics and probability. But now, that will be 3 years later once you're a senior. So the mean. The mean of a numerical data set is the sum of the data divided by the number of data values. The symbol represents the mean. So to find the mean, you're going to add all the numbers and then you're going to divide it by the number of data values. And notice that this is the notation which we say x bar. You're going to add up all the numbers and then you're going to divide it by how many numbers you have, how many items you have. The median of a numerical data set is the middle number when the values are written in numerical order. And that is a key thing. You have to make sure that the values are written from the smallest one to the largest. And the middle number is going to be your median. When the data set has an even number of values, the median is the mean of the two middle values. So if you have an even number of values, you're going to take the average or the mean of those two values to find the median. The mode of a data set is the value or values that occur most often. There may be one mode, no mode, or more than one mode. And finally, the range. The range of a data set is the difference between the greatest value and the least value. So let's go to example number 1. On example number 1, go and copy it down, and then we can start once you're ready. An amusement park hires students for the summer. The students' hourly wage are shown in the table. So they tell you a table where it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different students. And that's how much each of them earn an hour. We need to be able to find the mean, median, mode, and the range. So let's start with finding the mean. For this, you guys can use a calculator. And if you don't have a calculator with you, we can actually use the Desmos. The Desmos scientific calculator, you can use that one, and I'll be using that today. Or if you have a calculator, you can just go and use the calculator that you have. So in this case, to find the mean, I'm going to add up all the numbers together. 16.50 plus 8.75 plus 865 plus 9.10 plus 8.25 plus 8.45 plus 8.25 plus 9.25. And you should end up with 72, 77.2. So therefore, we're going to write down as x bar, so that way you get used to the notation. And if you add up all the numbers, that'll be 77.2. Make sure you write that on your homework. Then, how many numbers do we add? 8, so we're going to divide it by 8. So in order to find the mean, we're going to find the sum and divide it by how many items we have. In this case, we have 8. So I'm going to divide it. I'm just going to use my division. I'm not typing my answer, so I'll have to type it up again. Divided by 8. And most of the calculus will actually have the answer as well, whether it's your scientific calculator. Therefore, your mean, which we used to call or average, is $9.65 an hour. I need to be able to find the median. Now, in order to find the median of a numerical data set is the middle number, but the values must be written in numerical order. So we need to be able to write them down from the smallest one to the largest. And let's go and do that on the left-hand side. Let's see, the smallest number is 825. Then there's another 825. And notice I start to circle them, or you can check them off. So that way you make sure they get all of them. Next will be 845. Then we have 865, 875, 910, 925, and 1650. And now you want to get the one in the middle. So therefore I'm going to start by one from the top, one from the bottom, one from the top, one from the bottom. We have two numbers that are in the middle. Since we have an even number of numbers, what we're going to do, if we have two numbers that are in the middle, we're going to add them together. We're basically going to take the mean of both numbers or the average of both numbers. Add them up and divide by 2. And now notice that many of your calculators have a fraction bar. 8.65 plus 8.75, and I'm going to divide by 2. So therefore my median is 8.7. Then I need to be able to find my mode. To find the mode is the one that repeats most often, the most. So which one repeats the most? 8.25 repeats twice. And notice that once you have them in order, it's much easier to be able to find the mode. So in this case, the mode is 8.25. And last will be the range. To find the range, you're going to take the greatest value minus the smallest value. So the greatest value will be 16.50 minus 8.25. And I'm just going to use my calculator since we have one. So therefore it will be 8.25. Now, the next question is, which measure of centers best represents the data? So if you look at all of those numbers, which one is closest to kind of like can guide you to see if they ask you, what do usually students hourly wage do they earn in an amusement park? So is it 9.65? No, that's pretty high. 8.7? That was good, right? So I think 8.7 in this case, the median best represents the data. So sometimes that Mean will be the one that represents the data most often, but not always. And one of the reasons is right below us. An outlier is a data value that is much greater than or much less than the other values in the data set. So if you look at all the data sets, which one is an outlier? Correct. 1650 is the outlier. So consider the data in example number 1. Identify the outlier. The outlier is 1650. Now, in statistics, a lot of times you just need to be able to make justifications for your answers. Describe one possible explanation for the outlier. So what do you think is the reason that this student hourly wage is much more than anybody else? Sure, that's a good answer. Maybe that is the son of the manager, or maybe that student has more responsibility than anybody else. So you can actually write any of those explanations in here. I'm actually going to go for the first one. The student earns 1650 might be the son or daughter of the manager. So let's continue to example number 3. We're going to take time to copy it down, and then we can start once you're ready. Go and pause it. So a reality cooking show selects 24 contestants. The ages of the contestants are shown in the table. So notice that the ages go from 20, 19, and the highest one is 40. So from 19 all the way up to 40. Make a dot plot, then find the mean, median, mode, and range. So in this case, we are going to be making a dot plot, so you do need a ruler. And a dot line is just like a number line. So I'll place it right here. And we don't need to start at 0. We can actually start with the smallest value. So in this case, the smallest number is 19. I'll start with 19. And I can decide whether I go by 1, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can go by ones. Otherwise, you can go by twos if you want. You can say this is 18, 20, 22. In this case, I do have enough space. So I know that this is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm just going to label every 5. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I'm going to make a y-axis right over here. And I'm going to say this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to create a dot plot, we're basically just going to place a dot on top of each of the numbers. So in this case, we have 20. So I'll place a dot right on 1. 19 gets a dot. And also I'm placing pretty big dots so I can see them. 25, 27, 26, 27, 30. And then let's continue. 21, 19, 22, 29, 22. 22 has one, so I'll place it right above. 27 gets another one. 29 gets another one. 20 gets another one. 31. 27 gets a third one. 25. Another one for 25. Another one for 20. 22. 27, 40 gets 1, 32 gets 1, 21 gives a second one, and 24 gets 1. So that is called a dot plot. And in statistics, it helps us kind of visualize the data. We can see that most of the points are further to the left. And we know that 40 is way outside. So we actually can say that 40 is an outlier. And now that we made a dot plot, we can find the mean. To find the mean, we're going to add up all the numbers together. And we're going to divide it by how many numbers we have. And we use the X bar notation. Now remember that on your homework, you need to give me two things. You need to be able to give me the sum and how many numbers we have. Well, we have 1, 2, we have 24 numbers. So we're going to divide by 24. And let's go and add up the numbers. So go and pause it, add up the numbers and see what you get. So therefore, you got 604. Excellent. Then I'm going to take 604 and I'm going to divide it by, so I'll take my answer, which is 604, and I'm going to divide it by 24. So therefore, my average, my mean, is approximately 25.1. Sometimes they'll ask you for one decimal place. In this case, I'm going to use two decimal places. So 1, the next one 66, so I'm going to do 7 to two decimal places to the hundreds. Next, I need to be able to find the median. Now, the median is the number in the middle. We can reorganize them, but once you have a dot plot, we can actually just find the middle one by taking 1 from each side. 1 and 1. 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 So therefore we have we have 125. So therefore your median is 25. Even if there were two, there'll still be 25. And the mode is the one that repeats the most. Now once you have a dot plot, we can see the one that repeats the most is 27. Now the range is the largest one minus the smallest one. So therefore it will be 40 minus 19, which is 21. So the dot plots are very useful to be able to organize the data, but also to be able to find this information a little faster. Example number 4. So if you have going either copy it down or paste your cutout, and then we'll continue once we are done. Once you're ready, go and pause it. We have example 4, example 5, and that'll be it for today. So data transformations. Whenever we add a number to each value in the numerical set, then in order to find the mean of the new numerical set, the median, the mode, and the range, to find the mean, you have to add the same amount, the median and the mode. The range is going to stay exactly the same. And we're going to work on talking a bit more with 4 and 5. If you go to multiply, When a real number k is multiplied to each value in a numerical data set, when you multiply, the mean will get multiplied by the same number, the median, the mode, but also the range. On each of them, you multiply by the k to obtain each one. But whenever you add, the one that stays the same is the range. Whenever you multiply, all of them change, and you multiply each number by k. So let's go to example number 4. Go and copy it down, pause it if you need more time, and we can start once you're ready. So the average high temperature recorded for the city of Whittier are listed below, from January all the way to December. We need to find the mean, median, mode, and range. So therefore, in order to be able to find the mean, I need to add them up and divide by how many numbers we have. So let's go and add them. We have 70 plus 71 plus 73 plus 77. So therefore, we have 948. So my mean will be 948 divided by how many numbers we have, which is 12. My answer divided by 12, which is 79. So therefore, the average temperature is 79 degrees. Next, I need to be able to find the median. To find the median, I need to be able to find the middle number. And let's go and place them in order. On the left-hand side, let's see, smallest number is 70. Then we have 71, two of them. Next is 73. We have 75, 77, 79, 82, 84, 88, and 289. To find the one in the middle, I'm going to go, there are 12 of them, so there'll be two in the middle that we're going to have to take the average. So therefore, we're going to take, there are two numbers in the middle, we are going to add them up and divide by 2. Now, whenever you have two numbers in the middle, your average or your median will be the number in the middle. In this case, between 77 and 79 will be 78. Or we can actually just go through a process and have a fraction. We do 77 plus 79 divided by 2, which is 78. The mode will be the one that repeats the most. We have two 71s, and that's it. In case in two, is it 89 and 89? Two 71s, and we also have two 89s. So therefore, which is the mode? Well, both of them are the mode. So 71 and 89. Remember, you can only have one median, but we can have two modes. And last is the range. The range is the largest number, which is 89, minus the smallest one, which is 70. Your range will always be positive, not 19. And now, if I can add correctly, We know that 89 minus 70 has to be 90. Now, last example for today. The temperature is expected to increase by 2 degrees next year. Complete the table, then calculate the mean, median, mode, and range. So therefore, it's going to be by 2, so that'll be 72, 73, 75, 79, 81, 86, 91, 91, 90, 84, 77, and 73. So take your time to be able to calculate your mean, your median, your mode, and your range. And we'll continue once you're ready. Go and pause it. So you mean you're going to add up all the numbers together. And what did you guys end up with? Let's try together. 72 plus 73 plus 75 plus 79 plus 81 plus 86 plus 91 plus 91 plus 9 plus 84 plus 77 plus 73, which will be 972, and I'm going to divide it by 12. So divided by my answer, divided by 12, 81. So notice that since we added each one by 2, or mean got added 2. So we could actually just, instead of done all the work, we can say, well, if we add it by 2, I'm just going to increase it by 2. Or median will be the same. According to this, or median, we're going to add 2. So therefore, 80. Or mode will be added by 2. So therefore, the ones that repeat more often are now 73s and 91. So they just get added by 2. And the range is going to stay the same. If you notice, the highest number is 91. So if we take 91 minus the smallest number, which is 72, and we take 91 minus 72, your range is the only one that stays the same. So that's something that you want to be able to memorize, is that whenever you add a number, all of them will be added by the same amount of number, by the same number, except for your range. Now, if we were going to multiply, they actually all get multiplied. So if you can multiply each number by 2, then each of them will be multiplied by 2 as well. So this is the lesson for today. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.